I grew up between places. I grew up in Hell's Kitchen, New York. We had local artists, successful in their own respect, but always a failure compared to those from the Lower East Side. We had one big housing project that all of my friends lived in, and lofts upon lofts for the families who had been there since the 80s. We had no close subway stations. I took the bus to school. We had no galleries for our artists, but we had walls for murals, and the ice company to house the mafiosos, and Paulie. We had playgrounds and overcrowded schools and never quite enough money to go around. We had local homeless that everyone used to recognize, but they're gone now. We had corner delis with owners who pulled people from burning buildings despite having one arm fewer than what I was used to. We had people and places for them. And then I had private school. I had a campus uptown. I had grassy hills and clock towers and intellectuals and what passes for tweed jackets with elbow patches and conversations about diversity that we never needed to have at home. I had trees that reached for the sides of brick buildings only to be cut back each year by shear-wielding cherry pickers never once used for their intended purpose. I had scholarly debates, but everyone at home seemed to know right from wrong without them. I had friends with brownstones and money that I didn't understand. And believe me, I loved it, but we had people that couldn't be from anywhere else. We had neighbors with no sense of boundaries. We had the guy who built a tinfoil tent in his apartment to protect him from psychic aliens. And we had a church group come from Ohio one year because they took Hell's Kitchen too literally. We had families with health businesses passed down by generation. And for half the day, I didn't feel I had that. I grew up between places, and now the place is between times. My old neighborhood is getting younger every time I go back. There's an apartment building across the street from me now, and everything that was there isn't. The school moved around the corner into a new state-of-the-art building with glass pane walls, and I can only assume silver chandeliers hanging from skylights, which, don't get me wrong, is great. It's just different. And I'm getting used to it, but it takes time. So now I'm in the real world. However real it is, and I live between places, between arches and towers, lawns and wide lanes, and the falling down factories of long past industrial revolutions, disintegrating into dust and bugs for future entomologists to dissect and dismember, pulling fragments of Hell's Kitchen from their armor-plated bowels. There are those trying to stop the decay, but I can't help but feel that it's right. It's the order of things to fall somewhere between beautiful chaos and codified, dictionary-defined glass and steel. I thought I grew up different. I thought I had it different. I think now that I was wrong.